How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Last night was WWE's annual Royal Rumble, and if you happen to look at the social media, the WWE Universe has been lashing out against this Royal Rumble, saying it's the worst Royal Rumble in history. They're enraged with a lot of people just not happy. So today we're going to go and break down what might have people thinking like this. What's everyone thinking today? Did you enjoy the Royal Rumble? Was you disappointed? I will say one thing. It will be a little bit unfair for us to go out there and say this was either the best Royal Rumble of all time or the worst Royal Rumble of all time. Unless, of course, you went out there and actually seen every single Royal Rumble and, more importantly, probably seen it live back when the storyline mattered, compared to looking at a show from Royal Rumble 20 years ago right now where you may not have understood the storylines. Not the point. Let's look at some of the glaring ups and downs of the Royal Rumble. Look at the upside. There was one upside I could find in this, and that was the Women's Royal Rumble. It may have been the best match of the night in my opinion, and it was much more enjoyable to watch compared to last year's Royal Rumble with the women, which felt more like a little bit of a diva reunion from the past more than it did a Royal Rumble taking place. This year the women put on an amazing show. Better than the men's Rumble in my opinion, and it was definitely a big plus for the night with the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, the downside of it though is Becky Lynch came in to replace Lana, and I think it was safe for us all to assume at that moment we knew Becky Lynch was going to win. Much like when Bobby Lashley demolished Seth Rollins outside of the ring, we could expect him to be there for a while, lay down, come in late, and go out there and win. Again, that is exactly what happened. And the thing about the Royal Rumble pay-per-view is it's like one of them thriller shows with a lot of cliffhangers, a lot of big surprises, and stuff you want to see happen you didn't expect. But when stuff like this happens, that makes it predictable and it surprises no one, and that's when you start to see the WWE Universe show a little bit displeasure with this show. Because one of the best things of Royal Rumble is its unpredictability of who's going to come down that ramp. And well, once again, this year, there was no such thing as the unpredictability of who was going to come down that ramp, besides a well-seasoned entry of Jeff Jarrett that at the end of the day, it may have left more people questioning where's Kenny Omega going to be signing now versus what happened with this Royal Rumble, because we didn't see him come down that ramp. And another reason the quote-unquote worst Royal Rumble debate has amassed is the 7-hour-long show, including the pre-show. 7 hours. 5 hours if you're talking about just the main show, but that is still very, very, very long for anyone to sit down and watch any program. WWE, a sporting event, a movie, anything. Nothing comes close to 5 hours. You want to watch a movie or a TV show or a sports game, we're talking 3 hours, 3.5 hours on a long one. This was a grueling 5 to 7 hours. It's definitely understandable why the crowd sounded dead most of the night. Imagine sitting out there in a stadium like that for that long. I myself was dead after the Women's Royal Rumble. We got past that Women's Rumble. I was like, man, I just want to see these two WWE title matches and quick as possible. Get a nice quick 3-minute Brock Lesnar match as I was kind of expecting. We didn't know, and it lasted long. It was like I just couldn't wait for the Rumble to start for the men's. And the crowd seemed like they wanted to use that as a quick time to take a nap because they were almost dead silent. It was like a library out there during these matches. Side note though, when you bring up all this stuff about the crowd noises and everything, I question if WWE's intentionally piping out a lot of crowd noise because they're afraid of what people are going to say or whatever else reason, because it just, back in the day, WWE was a lot more entertaining for some people, so the crowd is more electric. But when you consider 40,000 people, or you go to the WrestleManias and there's 80,000 people, and to not hear the crowd at all is almost impossible. But just because there's that many people, you should at least hear some chit-chat going on if they're filtering the crowd properly. It's almost like they're blocking out a lot of that crowd noise. And personally for me, and some other people might agree, the electricity of the crowd is what makes a lot of these shows fun. You want to hear the chanting, you want to hear the cheering and the booing. It makes the show more entertaining. When you can't hear any of that and it's all nerved out, I don't know, maybe it's a WWE thing. Like I said, they could be piping it. Maybe they're setting up the audio poorly, but I wouldn't like to believe that because back in the day, it was always electric. Nonetheless, 5 hours of predictable action and a library-like atmosphere and no jaw-dropping moments has led many people to call this the worst Rumble ever. I'm not going to make that decision today. I will say I personally was not a huge fan of the Royal Rumble, but I still am not going to go out there and call it the worst one. I'll let you guys decide on that one. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.